just being reminded as the audience of what kind of corruption happened back in this historical piece is just like, it's just eye-opening again. So
Yeah, and these characters that portrayed them.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We are back at it again with another movie review. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Killers of the Flower Moon, the newest Martin Scorsese movie, and it's really good, but it's really, really long.
Yeah, if you can sit through it, it's worth sitting through because it's a great movie.
Yeah, the total runtime of the movie is 3 hours and 29 minutes, some odd seconds, but it is, you definitely feel that.
Yeah, you definitely do. But like I said, if you're used to Martin Scorsese films, I mean, the way he portrays it is the story, at least it's kind of similar to all his other films.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the greatest directors of all times. He's done countless incredible masterpieces of movies, Goodfellas, Raging Bull, etc. But now that he's in his elderly stage of directing, he's producing more fine-tuned movies, and I believe that this movie really is a great example of all of his experience wrapped into one extra long film.
Yeah, you can totally see that in this film.
Yeah, so this film, for those of you who do not know, it is about when oil is discovered in 1920s, Oklahoma, under Osage Nation land. The Osage people are murdered one by one until the FBI steps in to unravel the mystery. This movie has very, very heavy themes on the Native American culture that went down in our nation, and it's pretty graphic at times, I'd say. And it has really, really heavy themes. So, especially with corruption and greed, obviously, and then just the soul taking advantage of an entire race of people. So,
yeah, in this movie, it's dealing with Native Americans instead of like a crime wave like the Italian Mafia, which is in Goodfellas. And most of the movies that he's done, things about has been the Mafia in the past.
Yeah.
With Goodfellas and Casino and Mean Streets and all of his other movies that are crime related.
Yeah, and so I think that this is definitely a little bit of a different route for him, but at the same time, it revisits like some familiar elements that he's used to directing.
Yeah.
So before we go further into today's episode, I would just like to remind everybody to please hit that like and subscribe button down below. And if you want to support us even more, you can go to patreon.com/CalvinCam and join one of our 3 tiers there and really help support us over there. So yeah, but getting back into it, a little bit more about this film as far as the cast go. We had a brilliant, amazing cast in this with leads like Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, of course. And we have a wonderful performance by Lily Gladstone, who plays Molly.
Yeah, I thought her performance was awesome in this movie.
Yeah, and she is up for Best Actress for the Oscars. So I'm really interested to see if she will actually get that, because that's really cool, and she deserves it if she gets it. Also, just we had a lot of really great actors that I didn't realize were in this movie, like Brendan Fraser. I was really like happy to see him. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, he's in this movie.
I think he's one of the prosecution lawyers. Or
he's Hamilton.
Yeah.
So
well, he's a lawyer on the lawyer crew. So
yeah. So and then John Lithgow.
Yep.
Like I was like, holy crap! It's John.
Oh, he was the prosecuting lawyer. I think.
Yeah.
I think that Brandon Fraser was the other. He was the public defender, or.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got those swapped.
We also had Jesse Plemons, who is an incredibly underrated, talented actor. I've loved him in pretty much everything he's in. Like, he's in a lot of movies, and you definitely recognize his face every time you see him. and I think that he just does a fantastic job. The movie that I love him in the most is Game Night, which I think is hilarious. He's one of the funniest characters, but he is great. We had great performances by this entire cast. The story is, like I said before, not to reiterate myself, but it's very heavy. And so going into this movie, I knew that it was going to hit some really interesting elements. It definitely touched me pretty strongly, just because I was like, I can't believe how much the white folk took advantage of all of the Native Americans. Like these things, but just seeing it, like just being reminded as the audience of what kind of corruption happened back in this historical piece is just like, it's just eye opening again. So
Yeah, and these characters that portrayed them, they were perfect casting for it. I mean, Leonardo's performance he's just breathtaking in this, and obviously we have OG Robert De Niro. I mean, he plays these roles, and you know that he's going to get in when he's in character, and it's going to be a brilliant thing to watch and a masterpiece, because we already know when Bob's in character, he's in character.
Yeah. I also want to talk about like the set design for this film was really, really great. They definitely portrayed the time period, I think, wonderfully, with all of the outfits and the costumes and everything. Like, I think that everybody really, it felt like that time period. So
yeah, but Scorsese's known, like, he wants to hit the time period. Like I said, I don't want to reiterate his previous films, like Goodfellas and Casino, but he hits those home every single time.
Yeah, and I also think that the score elements in this film were pretty good too. A lot of really great score elements to go with the cinematography, because the cinematography in this is wonderful. There are a lot of really great scenes and really great sequences that I really loved. Like that one when the oil spouts out of the field, like
that at the very beginning of the film.
It's beautiful. Like it's wonderful, and they're all dancing around it, and I just think it's fantastic. So but yeah, like ultimately this movie, I wrote a review for this movie on Letterboxd, and I in my review I said, that Men in Black meme that's been going around, it's where Agent J is like, is it worth it? And then Agent K is like, turns around, he's like, yeah, it's worth it if you're strong enough. Like, it's just, that's exactly how I feel with this movie. It's by far an amazing, gorgeous film that is so worth it. But like I said, again, it's 3 hours and it's 3.5 hours. It's a long time. And it is a slow burn, but it's very detailed with a lot of information, and it's very interesting. So I was never bored. I had a really great time with this movie. It's just long.
Yeah, it's just long, and but it's worth the watch, because we're just known what Martin Scorsese does, and when he does these stories, he does them well.
That will bring us to our final review of this episode. What would you give of Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yeah, I would give this movie a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's what we always see from Martin, and it's breathtaking. The storytelling is perfect. It's what we're used to seeing from him. The performances, obviously, he has the consistency. He always wants Bob in his pictures because he's just awesome. So the actors are brilliant. Him and Leo, they're awesome. And yeah, the visuals, the music, everything ties in. It's a brilliant picture from him. So it's a 4 out of 5 for me.
Okay. I'm going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5 star rating. I think that it is damn near a masterpiece. And my only doc on it, which is a personal doc, is it's long. It's really long. But besides that, I love the detail. the attention to detail, whether it be the camera or whether it be the actual set and costume design. It's wonderful. I think Leonardo DiCaprio's like performance is just incredible. He just does it so well, and he gives a really great accent in this movie. So I liked it.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Last things to add, I really thought that both of them learning Native American language to play their role was really, really well.
Yeah,
they did a good job. Him and DiCaprio did a really good job, and like Lily Gladstone was good, and that was all I really wanted to add. They did really good job with portraying that in the film.
Yeah, there's a lot to go in it, but yeah, ultimately I'm just gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think that is a really great movie, and it's definitely worth your time, especially if you love film. There's a lot of elements in this that will really you'll really appreciate. So go check it out. So that's it for our review of Killers of the Flower Moon, and now we're gonna go into some movie trivia, and I have a couple of trivia questions for Anthony.
He's going to drill me once again.
Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so
I did pretty good last time.
I have this is just a all-around movie trivia.
All right.
Most movies filmed in DC are about politics. One exception is what legendary 1973 film starring Linda Blair?
The Exorcist?
Yes.
You gave it away with Linda Blair.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was your intent to do that.
It was. You start you off easy and then progressively get harder. So, okay. What sweet Canadian actor and a comedian rose to fame as a member of the Toronto branch of the Second City, starred in major movies, and died of a heart attack in Mexico at the age of 43.
Oh, you hit me with one I'm not gonna know.
If I said the movie that it references in this question, I feel like you'd get it, but I want you to
don't
reach.
say the movie.
I want you to reach.
I don't know.
Okay, the movie is Uncle Buck.
Oh my God, John Candy.
Yes. So
now that you mentioned that, I was thinking of the other movie he did. Is John Candy Canadian?
Yep,
he is.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Bacon. Remember that movie he did?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Okay, let's see. Used as an alias of another major character in the original trilogy, what first name did Han Solo and Leia Organa give their son before he changed his name?
Oh, they hinted at this. Oh,
they say it.
They say it, but I don't remember
It's Kylo Ren's real name.
You got me. I don't know it.
It's Ben.
Oh, okay. Like Ben Kenobi, but
yeah, but Ben Solo or Ben Skywalker, whatever last name he took.
I remember it. I just don't remember when they said it. They said it in The Force Awakens, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
What mystical item in this case, taking the form of a goblet, appears in the title of the 1975 Monty Python movie parodying Arthurian legend?
Is it Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yeah, it's the Holy Grail is.
Okay.
Which 1983 film about rival gangs in Oklahoma in the 60s was chocked full of young stars, including Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon, Patrick Swayze, and Emilio Estevez?
I know this. Let me think about it. The Outsiders?
Yes.
I knew it. I was just like, it starts with a no.
Correct. What 1990 Rob Reiner psychological thriller gave Kathy Bates an Academy Award for playing a nurse that holds author James Caan hostage so he can rewrite one of his books? You have definitely seen this.
I've seen it. I just can't remember the name right now. I'm trying to think of it. God, why can't I think of it right now?
I'm like shocked. Actually, like I feel like you would have got this.
I forgot.
Here's a hint. The title implies that sad things are going to happen.
Oh, okay, now I know it. Why'd you give me a little clues to get it? It's Misery.
Yes. Well, because, I mean, like...
Just make me work for it.
Oh, man. Also known for playing Thanos in the Avengers movie, what actor played President George W. Bush in the 2008 film W?
I'm not going to know this.
It's the same actor who plays Thanos, but I know you haven't seen those. So.
I haven't seen most of the Guardians movies except for the newer ones. I'm sure Thanos appears in those, but I just don't remember the actor's name. I give up. I don't know.
Josh Brolin.
And he is an amazing actor.
He is.
You seen him in The Goonies.
The pre-production name of Gusty Orta didn't make the cut, so the name of the movie featuring Mel Gibson as William Wallace was instead named what?
Braveheart?
Yeah.
You said William Wallace.
Gusty Orta, like aorta.
That was his name?
That was the name of the movie, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a fun fact in itself.
The pre-production name of Gusty Aorta.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Okay. That's funny. At the end of Annie Hall, what actress plays Woody Allen's girlfriend?
Yeah. I've seen a couple of Woody Allen movies, but not all of them, so I don't know it.
It is Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because the question says, this female actress later starred in Alien. And I'm like, I can't like read the whole question, but yeah. Okay, so how about one more for fun?
Yeah, we'll do one more.
What for fun? What Northern Irish actor known for Schindler's List and the Taken franchise played Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars Episode 1?
Leanne Nielsen.
Yep. Liam Neeson. Let's go. All right. That's it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in and, checking out our show.
Yeah. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you all so much for tuning into the Calvin Cam podcast. We appreciate you all so very, very much. And if you like us, hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps us out, as well as you can go over to our social media platforms like Instagram or X and follow us over there. We like to communicate and build our community up, as well as you could also go to patreon.com/thecalvincam and join one of our 3 tiers that we offer. We offer a couple of different benefits per tier, and it's good stuff, and it would really, really help us, and we'd really appreciate it, of course. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.